going on? Seasons greetings, and Happy New Year. Trump has a headache on his hands. I've been reading the headlines, and it seems like he has a headache on his hands with this whole Venezuela conflict. It's crazy. I've been watching it. Um, this hasn't happened in a long time, as far as like, the political world political structure that's going on, but craziness. Hold on 1 second. What's going on? I think I've been like studying this whole conflict situation. I'm talking about, I started studying it dating back to Hugo Chavez and telling Exxon to take a hike. They didn't get their money, and man, it's a whole mess over there, man. Now, I bet you we're going to have to spend billions of dollars to clean it up because, it's crazy. I was like reading the headlines on the president. He had a court date, him and his wife. I didn't get a chance to go to that. I said I was going to go to that. I didn't get a chance to get over to the city. I was going to go to the city, but I decided not to. I was like just going to wait for the second one. But, they were talking about who's going to represent him. And I mean, people like world leaders met already. Some people calling it a kidnapping. It's crazy. He wasn't installed to become president. He's living in Spain, from what I gather from my research. Maybe you can research it further, but I do not think he's in the country. He's in Spain the last time I checked, and he was never installed. They didn't help him. The United States didn't help him as far as like with security or whatnot. So he did not become president. He was elected president. I think he was democratically elected. But it didn't come to pass. So here we are now. They wanted to, this guy wanted to keep control of the oil, and then, we put in sanctions on him. So what they started doing was they started all right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Um, it's crazy, man. It's like, I think, Antoine, you're gonna have to research this. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe he's in Spain. I believe he's in Spain. And I don't know, he didn't have any like help or whatnot to become president. Now this other lady that's speaking up for Trump and stuff like that, she wants to be in charge, but a lot of people over there think that she's a puppet for who. It's a mess, because if she try to take over, she gonna need some help. So that means we have to stay over there, and that means we got to spend money. But getting back to the oil, so they started selling oil by other means. They weren't just using the US dollar. They didn't totally stop using the US dollar, but they were using, China was using their money. Hold on. China was using their money. They were good. They were going through other methods. They were using China's money. They were using the euro. They were even using Bitcoin in some certain transactions. And I guess for the powers that be here, that's threatening the U.S. dollar, maybe. So that has something to do with it. And it's so many avenues you could take this. You can look at where they're positioned compared to us strategically, if other countries like really set up shop there, which they were trying to. So I guess that's the real threat, the dollar. And that's one of the that's like one of the main reasons. And I think China has some interest over there as well. Russia is finagling somehow, and the U.S., they decided to make a move. And this was a play, I believe, from the research I was doing. This is a play that's been going on for a while now. Obama had some things to say about Maduro, and Biden a long time ago said we need to go and invade and this and that. And this has been a play for so long, and it's just happening now that Trump is president. It just so happened it's happening on his clock. And we're gonna have to see that the implications are playing out right in real time. I think it's gonna, and also to even get this infrastructure up and running as far as the oil, it's gonna take billions of dollars in years, man. Now he's talking about Cuba. He said we need to go ahead and take Cuba and all this, and he said something about Colombia. I know you heard the Colombia president already. He responded and like, do it if you try, if you want to, and but I'm willing to talk. He's talking about just taking over. It's crazy. China has some stuff to say. Right. It sounds like he don't want to be a puppet, but shit, that's what it seemed like. Whoever's gonna take over, I guess that's what's gonna. I think that's what the plan is gonna be. Like we're gonna have a say so. So the people were celebrating. I wanted to know why they were celebrating at first, But now I'm reading the headlines. They're starting to talk like, what does this mean for us? Is this going to benefit us, or is this going to make it worse? I think initially it's going to be a little bit. It's not going to be good over there, but they're going to have to set up shop now. Maybe install a base or something. I don't know. I saw there was some skirmishes going on out there, which is. And also, I wanted to know, how did they get him so fast? Like, was he backdoored? Like, that's what it seemed like. You said, here's Gonzalez whereabouts. He's in the United States. Okay. He's in the United States. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if he's going to take over. I don't know. This other lady, she's talking about, I think she won a Nobel Prize, and she gave Trump a shout out, and I guess he's feeling compelled to, like, I'm going to be the man to do it. Yeah, it's crazy. Some people said he maybe didn't have permission from Congress. It's a mess. It's a mess. Make sure. Let me see if this. Okay, it's straight now. Yeah, it's a mess, man. It's a whole mess. That's the only thing I could tell you. It's a whole mess over there. And we're seeing it play out. Somebody said to me, man, this is a distraction. What's up with the files, man? Listen, the files are out, but we can't see anything. Like I said, it's been redacted. I mean, we're not going to know anything. Like, not nothing. So he was granted asylum. Right, he was granted asylum in Spain. But went on tour within the Americas, so he's over here tucked away. But people, initial reactions are they want the oil. I mean, they have so many resources over there that it'll benefit. We will have a lot of benefit, but the people are like, what about us? Are we going to benefit? He said, yeah, the people are going to benefit, but he didn't come out with a plan. The plan is I'm running the country right now. That's the plan. You said Maduro and his wife were brought in by the quiet professionals. Yeah. But I want to know, how did they get them so fast? Like, I know, I mean, I'm not knocking their intelligence. Like, damn, like, he didn't have no security? Or did they just hand him over? Like, hey, there you go. There he is right there. Like, they got him fast, man. He didn't even have the crust out his eyes. He was awake, though. They talking about they got him. He was sleeping. No, he was not asleep. Not hearing all that activity going on. They sure did. They went and got him. And they turned off the lights. They turned off the lights and did their thing. It was crazy. They went in, swooped down. I saw them reenact how they did it. Man, they had a little bit of a skirmish, and then they went in there and got him and put him right on that helicopter. Let's go. Yeah, him and his wife. Right on the helicopter. And now he's sitting in MDC where Puff was staying. I know he don't like it there. His wife is there too. It's crazy, man. Everybody is waiting to see the reactions and what the other countries are really going to say. They already talking. They already had a meeting already, emergency meeting. They feel like he got kidnapped. Like it wasn't the way to go about doing it, but that's what they did. I'm not calling it kidnapping, but I don't know, what does it sound like to you? It do sound like it was an inside job. Somebody flipped on him. Somebody was like, there he is right there. Go get him. If that's what y'all gonna do. And we say less. They went and got him. I knew something was gonna happen because all the ships were out there. The military was just out there. And they're not out there for no reason. They're out there to make something happen. And sure enough, in the darkness of night, the lights just flipped off and activity started. That's crazy, man. Think about it. And now they're trying to say, the news saying he's a president. Now, from my understanding, he's not the president. They have a president, but he was never in charge. So did we really kidnap the president or not? I don't think he's a president. He's like I guess he's like, I'm the president. The hell with it. The hell with, I don't think he got elected in. He used to be the vice president under Chavez. But he's like, look, I'm the president. That's it. I'm the president, and that's just what's going on here. And what they did was they said, you know what, Mr. President, we just gonna go ahead and raise you up out of there. We're just gonna go ahead and you coming with us. That's ill, man. That's illmatic. I don't know how you want to call it, how you want to slice it and dice it. They straight up told him, you coming with us. You coming with us. Don't worry about nothing else. Straight up said, listen, this is what's going to happen. You're going to come with us, and you're going to stand trial in the United States, in the Southern District of New York. You're going to stand trial, and I don't know, is he going to cut a deal? Is he going to do time, or like, is he going to go through the system and be found guilty? And that's what it seemed like was going to happen. I remember Noriega back in the day. They went and got him. He never left. I was young then when that happened, but I remember that. Now, I don't care what nobody, how they say it. He's going to sit up here and face justice over here, and he ain't going nowhere. He going to sit right up there in, what's the name of that penitentiary? What's that high level penitentiary called? That's where he's going. That's what it seemed like right now. It seemed like he going right over there and he gonna be sitting right there for the rest of his life. That's what it seemed like. They said he was in charge of the drugs. They said he had a part of the drugs coming over here, all type of crime, human trafficking. They got him all type of stuff, guys. He going to ADX Florence. Yeah, he going to a supermax. I don't care what the other countries say. He going to a supermax. That's the plan they have for him. Now I don't know what information he knows, but they don't care, yo. He going to a supermax, man. Other countries said, well, he didn't have permission to go get this guy. He didn't have permission. Well, guess what? They went and got him. Now they went and got him. That's the only thing I could tell you. And they got him so proper that he got backdoored. He had to. Somebody gave him up. He got backdoored. You said he will be reinstalled. No, he not. No, he not. Go look at, they ain't reinstalled Noriega. He not getting reinstalled. He's staying right up in here and he going to, Antoine tell him, he going right to ADX Florence. That's where he going. You said put him in Guantanamo Bay. No, he going to ADX Florence, the high level penitentiary. He going to a supermax. Yes, he is. That's what it seemed like. If history repeats itself, that's where he's headed. Antoine, where did Noriega go? And yeah, man, he headed to ADX Florence. I don't know how he got caught. I don't know, because if you see if I'm the president, right? You say he will be reinstalled. He not getting reinstalled. We can bet money on that. He's not getting reinstalled. He's not getting reinstalled, man. This is not a reinstall. If he was going to get reinstalled, they would have worked a deal out with him while he was still there. You remember he said he was willing to work out a deal with us. You know, give a little oil here and there, work out a deal. They said no. No, we ain't working out no deal. We're gonna figure out where you at, and we're gonna come get you. And we got a nice place in ADX Florence for you. Yep, a nice place. It's very nice accommodations. You don't have to worry about no food, no clothing, no shelter. You even have a shower in your cell. Very nice accommodations. Yeah, but all right, I'm back. Hold on, I'm back. Yeah, but where did he die at though? He didn't die in his country. I don't think so. They have nice accommodations, man. That's what it's gonna seem like. It seemed like they have some accommodations for him, and these accommodations is where he's not gonna like it. I already know how it's playing out. Um, like I said, if they were gonna reinstall him, he died in Panama. Oh, so he did make it back there. Okay, so maybe you're right. Maybe he might have some action here. He might have some action. You know what I'm saying? But it looked like he might have to do some time though. I don't know. I don't know how much. This doesn't seem like they're gonna let him go. Don't seem like it. I could be wrong. You think they're gonna let him go, Antoine? You said Aristide was removed from Haitian presidency in a similar manner, then reinstalled. Okay. Well, let's see if they reinstall him. Let's see if they reinstall him. Because he do seem a little calm. He was wishing everybody happy new year and like that. He don't seem too upset. So maybe he knows something. Maybe this was a play. Maybe they're working out a play real quick. Let's go ahead and kidnap you real quick. Because they got him really easy. So so they got him really easy. They got him really easy. But I think it's highly unlikely they're going to reinstall him. Maybe he'll just go somewhere and go into exile. Go to exile. I'm sure he got some money stashed away. He has to. Did they arrest his son as well, or just him and his wife? Yeah, that's ill, man. I know his wife I know she through with this. I could tell how she was looking in court. She is through with all of this. You said, why the trial in March? You don't stop lying to me. Tell me that trial ain't in March. They talking about a March trial? Come on now, stop. Don't say it's gonna happen that early because we're in January now. Did they say that? They say a March trial? Did they say that? Because I didn't hear the news on that. I saw they were talking about. I didn't get a chance to see it yet. I had been out this morning. If it's gonna it cannot happen that soon. It cannot. If it do, then it's already set up for him to. They already got accommodations for him. They just want you know what you know what it is. They want him out of sight, out of mind. It's the earliest slot available. Oh my god. Yeah, they already have plans for him, guys. Look, you got listen. Now, Max, how likely will Trump go into Mexico and do the same thing? I want to say it's unlikely. I don't want to say I don't think we want to get into a conflict with Mexico. Um but he's talking about stopping the drug trade. The only way you're going to stop the drug trade, I'm talking about put it to an end, it's going to take drastic measures. Okay? It's going to be a little bit more than just watching the border. You're going to have to go in there and install your military to go fight the guerrillas. It's guerrilla warfare. You're going to have to go fight. You know what Trump said though? Guys, I had said this too, but I was saying it just because it's my opinion. I said you're going to have to go in there and start deleting people. He said that. Guys, I kid you not. He said it. He said we're going to have to start deleting people. He said that's just what we're going to do. We're going to go delete them. We're going to delete people. And he's already been doing that. You know, with the boats and stuff. He said they're just going to start deleting people until people get the answer, get the hint. They're going to start. I can't believe he said that, guys. He did say that. He said we're going to have to just go ahead and just in the way he said it. He said we just going to have to start killing people, just like that. I said, oh my God, they got the right one in office now. They got the right mouthpiece in office because it ain't no F's given with him, none, no F's given. And then what's his name? Schumer. Was it Schumer? Somebody talking. They were like bigging him up on the plane. They said, yeah, we gonna have to take drastic measures, man. I like what the president is doing. I forget, Antoine, who was that on the plane with them? Was it Schumer? Who was that was talking? It was a senator. He said, yeah, we like what's happening. Like, yeah, we gonna do this and do that. And yeah, unlikely because of the World Cup. Yeah, they're not gonna move on Mexico that fast, no. But the only way to be really at war with the cartels, a lot of the stuff is not going to be printed in the news. Put it that way. There's stuff going on right now that you're not hearing about. I'm just telling you this. They're doing stuff right now. They taking drastic measures that you don't even hear about. So the only thing I can say is if you're in that lifestyle, you working with the drugs trade and stuff, I suggest you stop. You said it's good until you're in the delete list. All presidents are. They have that level of concern anyway. All presidents. And look, he's not the only one that was talking about this. Obama was talking about it. He didn't get a chance to do it though. He was talking about it too. Biden was talking about it years ago. He said we need to go in there and take over these countries. He said we need to go take them all. We just need to go take it. He said it. Maybe he got a different stance now, but he said it when he was younger. You said Peter Hedgepeth, the Secretary of Defense. Yeah, they like what's happening. They said, "Look, man, we at this point, we're tired of talking. You guys had the drugs coming over here, this fentanyl. He really serious about that. He don't want that stuff over here. So I'm gonna tell you this right now. If you indulge in any kind of stuff, you better go ahead and get in rehab because that's the price is going up. I'm letting you know that right now. It might be a snow drought, if you know what I mean. It might be a snow drought because he already said in Mexico, no, Colombia. He said they got the factories over there, and he said they're gonna have to put that to an end. And the only way to put it to an end is just bomb it. Just go send a nice little surprise to that area and just bomb it. That's it. Okay. Okay. Well, Max, you might be deleting people. So what? That's what type of time they on. I'm telling y'all, that's what time they on. You said this opens the door for China, Taiwan, and Russia, Ukraine. By the way, fentanyl does not come from Venezuela. I know that it doesn't, but that's what people were saying to him. Like, what about the other countries? Okay, yeah, some stuff do come from Venezuela. Don't get me wrong, but what about the other country? He said we're gonna take care of that. We gonna take it. See, they're on some I'm just gonna take over type stuff now. That's what type of time they on. And ain't no country in South America got the military to fight us. Because the Delta Force they went in there and got him. They had the Delta Force on the ground. You said China was saying to stand down. I know they're saying to stand down, but we're not staying down. We're not standing down. We basically he's said we're gonna run that country, man. It's just that's what type of time they on. There's skirmishes still going on right now. That's just what type of time they on. They don't have the might to withstand our military. They just don't. They over there playing Call of Duty, man. I'm just telling y'all this. That's how crazy it is. Yo, can I get some more likes, man? Early this morning. No, it's not early. It's almost 1 o'clock. I was supposed to be out doing my little DoorDash and stuff, and I ain't feel like it today. I felt like bumping my gums. I had a crazy order. I did it this morning, but I'm like, I'm stopping, yo. I had a crazy order this morning. I thought it was going to be easy. I happened to turn the app on. I was at Target, and then I got an order. The lady ordered a damn, what do you call a coffee maker? I thought this was going to be easy because she only ordered 3 things. She ordered a coffee maker. She ordered this big ass, what do you call it? Dish set. Guys, that dish set was that thing was so heavy, and she ordered a whole pot and pan set. So it was really 3-pack. That thing was heavy. I had to make 3 trips, man. And I had to go up to the 20-some floor. Oh my God. Then she was like, well, can you bring it in my house, please? I said, oh no, now you asking for too much. I said, I'm going home, man. Then I started like, let me talk about this thing because this thing is heating up right now. And let me tell you this, in economic times that we're in, the best thing is a conflict. It's always a conflict coming. And every time throughout history. Anytime we got some economic stuff going on, hey man, what's the best thing? That Venezuela just sitting there. They right for the taking. They just sitting right there. Like, let's just go take it, man. Let's just go take the damn country. And he said, oh, by the way, we might as well just take Cuba. At this point, their infrastructure all messed up. Let's just go take it. That's what he's saying. So my thing is he got backing from somewhere. He's not just doing this on his own. Just to let y'all know that. This is not a dictatorship. Somebody up there in Washington is bigging him up because ain't nobody talking right now. Everybody quiet. What's up, Rachel? What's going on? What's going on? And then also, this is how I knew they were going to take over. They said Hezbollah and all. I forget I forget terrorists up there. They said they got terrorists. They working with terrorists over there as well. As soon as they said they got terrorists over there, he also called the cartel terrorists, but he's not talking about them. He said other terrorists from other countries. As soon as he said that, I knew they going in there. That's just what it is. They going in, man. They was like, Max, they not doing nothing. I said, they don't have the ships there for nothing. Okay, they got the whole damn military set up out there. And I remember I said, why don't they just go ahead and start thinking about taking over the other countries? That's what they're already talking about. You said, can cartels do anything? Yeah, they can do something. They can fight. They had weapons. Hey, what's your name? Bob, Lucas, don't say that. When you're wishing for somebody's death, you're cursing yourself. Don't do that. If I were you, I wouldn't do that. Because none of us know when our last day is here. Nobody. None of us know when our last day on earth is, man. I don't want to wish no demise on nobody. You know what I'm saying? Regardless if I don't like them or not. Like I said, I don't agree with what's happening. I don't. But I'm just telling you, this is what's happening. Okay. Other countries, they don't like how this smell. They said the optics don't look good. They don't like how this smell. Well, it don't matter how it smell. It don't have to be peaches and roses, but they went up there and got him. And he had help. They had to have had help. I don't see how they got him that quickly. And then I looked at his guards. He had they said, well, Cubans lost their life. He had Cuban guards because they said he didn't trust his own people. So he had, and then I saw the guards that he had. It was no way they was a match with no Delta Force. It's no way. That's like me guarding him. He might as well had me guarding him at this point. Listen, he had Cuban mercenary. They knew karate and all that. I saw the video. They were practicing karate in front of him, doing all type of karate. Listen, that karate don't mean nothing when the Delta Force step down. When them boots come on the ground, Operation Delta Force. When it's like that. Hey, Antoine, what do they call the Delta Force? They call them service. They're service people. When the service people come down, you out back. You might as well have me guard you, okay? Because you know what I would have did. You know what I would have did? Put your hands up. I was like, okay, y'all the Delta Force, right? Yep. Okay, he right over there. You heard me? I was like, what? Look, I would be like, what took y'all so long? Look, I'm like, what took? Look, he probably been paying me thousands of dollars, right? He like, I'm like, what took y'all so long? He right over there, and the door is open. He said, oh, the door is open. Come with us. Yeah, the door is open. What took y'all so long? Let me get on that. Let me get on. Listen, have you ever seen them Chinook helicopters? Them Chinooks? That is very intimidating. That's the only thing I could tell you. When I started hearing them, listen, I would have knew they were coming. Once I started hearing them Chinooks in the air, and then they turned the lights off, I said, oh, by the way, guys, he right over there. He right over there. I would have gift wrapped his ass. He right over there because y'all not going to sit up there and delete me over some bull. Y'all not doing that because he not paying me enough. He not paying me enough. Okay? Yeah, them black ones, you know what I'm talking about? You and some of the helicopters, you can't even hear them. Antoine, tell them you can't even hear some of them. And they got these radar jammers on them, guys. Guys, they got all type of bells and whistles. They got these radar jammers that it's hard to even shoot them down. It makes the missile don't know where to target. It disorients the missile head. Trump said, you said Max Trump never said U.S. first. He says America first. Thus, both North and South. I know he do. You watch what he say. He said America first. Maybe he trying to unite. I don't know. I always had dreams that the whole continent will unite, North and South. I said eventually it'll be one country. See, Trump is moving. Let me tell y'all this. He's moving like he don't have enough time. He trying to be remembered forever. I could have told him, listen, sir, whether you do anything else, we always gonna remember you as president. Okay, we ain't never gonna forget this. We ain't never had a president like this. And guess what? Vance just like him. I'm just telling y'all that. So y'all better hope nothing happened to him. See, because y'all sitting up there talking about, well, something might happen to him, this and that. Okay, but Vance is worse. You ain't seeing Vance is young. He's a young whippersnapper. Vance in his early 40s. How old is Vance? I'm talking about JD Vance, the vice president. He's in his early 40s. Okay? And he about that action too. Oh, yes. He's about that action. Okay? So he talking slick too. He loves what's happening. So don't think that it's going to be over something happened to Trump. Nope. He down with the get down too. And don't sit there and you need to look at Congress. You need to look at Congress. Okay? You need to look at Congress because they sitting over there acting like they don't know what's going on. Okay, you guys, y'all lucky I'm not in Congress because I would have had a press meeting already. They said, Max, do you know what's going on? What you think is going on? What y'all think? It's a takeover. We trying to we just taking shit. I would say it just like that. Okay, we just taking stuff because we sitting up here. We don't told them to stop that drug stuff. Now we don't told them this, but they don't. They sitting up there, and he was clowning Trump. He's sitting up there clowning them, dancing like him at events, knowing that the military is out there in the waters, and he's sitting out there doing the Trump dance, clowning them. I could have told him that this old man is about some action. I could have told him this. He over there talking slick. I told him this. And you guys, he might be calling everybody's bluff because ain't nobody doing nothing. They just talking. Everybody just talking. Well, I don't think he need to do this and do that. Guys, y'all just talking. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't no action going on. Nothing. Okay. So maybe he calling their bluff, yo. Ain't nobody really about it because you see what happened with Russia over there. They having a hard time with Ukraine. I thought they would have took the country over by now. They sitting over there having a hard ass time. So maybe it ain't like it what it used to be. I just know one thing though. I deal in real life. It's going down right now. It's going down in a major way. It's going down, baby. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I don't particularly agree with it because I think we need to stay out of people's business. I'm on that type of time. Yeah, I don't, the people over there, they don't like what's going on. But at this point, I'm all about minding my own business out here. But see, they minding their business because they think it's going to hurt our dollar. They over there dealing oil in different type of denominations other than the dollar. Yeah, they not trying to do all that. You know what I'm saying? What's up with that? What's up with that? What's up with that petrol? Y'all not trying to use that petrol. You know what I'm saying? So that U.S. petrol. So y'all ain't doing that. So we gonna go over there and take everything. We're gonna take. Oh, by the way, he said we keeping that silver. We taking that too. We taking the silver. That's for us. And then he said we just gonna have to start deleting people. Okay, that's just what type of time he on. We gonna delete people. We listen. The cartels, they're not good people anyway. That's the type of time he on. So we just gonna have to just delete people. Okay, he's all about physical activity. You know what I'm saying? Like that. Telling you that's what it is. And I'm not trying to clown. This ain't nothing to clown about. I mean, ain't nobody gonna say nothing if China take over Taiwan. Y'all ain't gonna be tripping, are you? If they went up there and took Taiwan, what y'all gonna say? Y'all ain't gonna be going this hard. But they have to move in position just in case if China make a move here. If China make a move, they're trying to say, you know what, we got to sustain ourselves. If they gonna go do that, take Taiwan, we got to go do this. And then he said we need to take Greenland too. He said because their way of beefing up their security is getting more sled dogs. He's sitting there clowning them. So we just gonna take Greenland for us. We gonna take that. We thinking about Cuba. You know what I'm saying? Colombia got to. He's on some get down or lay down type stuff. Colombia got to get down or lay down. If not, we gonna go over there and take it. Yeah, the cartels are very dangerous. They got weapons and stuff, but we got the Delta Force. I'm just telling y'all that. We got the Delta Force. We got the SEALs. We got all type of special forces, man. I'm just telling y'all this, man. That guerrilla warfare is dangerous. Urban and guerrilla warfare is dangerous because you don't know where you don't know where the shot's coming from. But I heard they got all type of toys now to figure it out. So that's just what it is. I knew somebody that was in special forces. I had just talked to him. He said, "Man, this ain't nothing, man. He said you ain't seen nothing yet." He said, "This is just practice." That's what he told me. And he wasn't joking. I said, "Man, you joking?" He said, "Nah, this is practice." He said, "If you think that they just decided to do this now, you're crazy." He said, "They've been talking about this when I was in the military, and that was 20 years ago. They've been talking about this. It just so happened that Trump is in office and they moving on it." Remember, the president has top clearance, right? But there's more clearance above his head. He don't know everything. And it's crazy. So I don't know. You said China equipment is Timo Cotton. No, they got some equipment now. China is not to be, they ain't nothing to sit up there and sleep on. However, they're just simply, everybody's simply saying right now, this is not right. You guys need to stop. You need to back down, stand down. Trump, like, all right, well, make me then. Make me stand down. Do that. And what is that? Y'all hear that? Oh, I hope it make it to landing. That's a one of them. Damn, that don't sound good. I wouldn't want to be on that little Cessna, whatever it is. But hey man, I'm just dealing in reality. You know, you said China has hydrogen. They, well, yeah, but they not gonna use them because they got a lot of interest over in the United States. Remember that they got a lot of money over here. You know what I'm saying? So they just right now everybody just watching. But if you think for a second that they're gonna reinstall Maduro, you crazy. I already told you they got accommodations for him. ADX Florence, Supermax. Just telling you this. How much time is he getting? I don't know. And they talking about having his trial in March. They just arrested him in January. What you mean have his trial in March? That's a I know you're entitled to a quick judicial process, but damn, that's quick. March? That means the setup was already in place. If they're ready to have a trial in March, that means all the research has been done on them already. It's already been done. Everything has been done already, man. Listen, I know he shouldn't do nothing, but he's sitting up there calling everybody's bluff. It's not just him though. You gotta look at everybody that's backing him. Always focus your attention on Congress. Always do that. Because they always like things happen. See, the president is the one to look at, but you gotta look at the people in the background. Those are the powerful ones. Because they're like, listen, they got all that oil over there. And they didn't like what happened with Chavez, how he raised up. He told Exxon to take a hike. Yeah, get up out of here, man. Y'all can go ahead and go. They were like, what about our money? They didn't get never got paid. They're like, what about our money though? And then, see, one thing I know about this country, they plan 10 and 20 years in advance. They don't make moves, drastic moves overnight. Hey man, I'm just watching it play out, man. Just like everybody else. You know? So that's just what it is. Trump may install Joe Biden to finish. Nah. He said, ladies and gentlemen, this is your tax dollars at work. That's right. It's your tax dollars. Your tax dollars was responsible for him getting kidnapped in less than an hour and 30 minutes. That's all it took him. It didn't take him that long, maybe an hour and 20 minutes. They went in there and got him and his wife. That's hardcore. Yo, they could have left his wife. Nope, your wife going, she getting arrested too. Guilty by association. She gone too. I don't know if they got his son. Did they get his son? They talking about arresting him too. And they're going to try to put somebody in office that has our best interest at heart. You said we are all guilty for what Trump. No, don't you say we. Oh no, don't say we. I had nothing to do with this. You said, will he snitch? I don't know. He do look a little comfortable, don't he? Wishing everybody happy new year. I don't know. Maybe he knows something. I said we all pay taxes, but what you saying we though? I ain't got nothing to. I didn't tell them to go invade Venezuela. Look, this is an old school term. I didn't tell him to haul off and go in there and do that. I didn't tell him that. I didn't tell him to do that. I didn't tell him to do that. Okay. I didn't tell him to go do all that. They just did it. I said they just did it. And they did it in precise fashion. Very precise. It didn't take that much. It didn't take that much at all. They didn't spend that much gas. They just went in there about an hour, a little bit of conflict, just something light. And then everybody else was just they like I said, if I was in charge of his security, I would have gift wrapped his ass. I say he right there. He right there. I can't sit up there and fight no Delta Force. You know what their training look like? They gotta walk 40 miles in the damn woods. Come on, man. That's their training with full gear on. I ain't fighting nobody like that. No, sir. They've been waiting for this. They've been waiting, itching for some action. No way. I'm like, he right there. His wife right there too. I would have gift wrapped his ass and hand him on over. That's it. I would have said, what took y'all so long? Yep. Shit. It's another thing, man. You can say whatever, but you said God sees us as a collective. Thus we are all getting. No, he don't see us all as a collective. Because I ain't had nothing to do with this. Okay. So don't say we and he sees us all as a collective. No. He don't see me the same as no Jeffrey Dahmer. I ain't do no Jeffrey Dahmer type activity. Don't say we all the same. No, we're not. I am a peaceful, God-fearing man. That's right. I'm a peaceful, God-fearing man. Don't put me in this. Do not put me in this now. Don't put me in this. See, that's what y'all be trying to do all the time. Every time something go down, y'all want to blame us. No, sir. I didn't have nothing to do with this. Did I say that I'm okay with this? No. But what can I do about it? Nada. Nothing. Nunca. Zilch. Zero. Nothing. Yeah, don't sit up here and say we all in this together. Because I didn't do it. I didn't hey man, I'm just trying to survive out here. Just like everybody else. We're just trying to survive out here. We didn't have nothing to do with this. We weren't in the Joint Chiefs of Staff meeting. I wasn't there in the meeting with Pentagon. I wasn't in the situation room when this was going on. I don't get a threat matrix in the morning like the presidents and the former presidents. I don't have nothing to do with this. Oh, you been and don't sit up there. Look, Obama was down with it too. He the one called the man a terrorist. So they all down with it. So it is what it is, man. I already told you I'm about minding my own business. You know, hey, that's their country. That's what they doing. Hey, we doing this over here. But see, they're thinking of it as security reasons. Like, okay, they messing with this person. They messing with. See, he's thinking about they messing with our ops. You know what I'm saying? They messing with the ops. So we've been watching them. So now, we're not gonna let nobody take over that oil. Oh no, we're gonna go in there and watch the oil. And if we got the means to do it, so be it. Ain't nothing I could do about it. I'm just sitting here trying to survive. Surviving, excuse me, not trying. Got to watch what you say. I'm out here surviving, maintaining, and I'm flowing and glowing. If he's sitting up there saying that, Colombia need to get in pocket, that's what he pretty much said. They need to get in pocket now. They're out of pocket. So it's time to now get in pocket. Because if y'all don't get in pocket, we gonna sit there and take over. Okay, we gonna take over. And what's one way to take over? Okay, so they got factories over there, cocaine factories, right? Just take them down. That's it. Just send one of them ballistic missiles or one of them Tomahawk cruise, whatever they're gonna send and blow it up. That's it. That's it. I already knew he was taking drastic measure when he did with them boats. They not studying what he was saying. Okay, he's saying this and that. We still gonna move these drugs. He sat there and bombed it. When he did that, I knew it was on then. I already knew it was on and popping. Okay. When he did that, I said, yeah, it's now official. I've been trying to tell you this old man is the official tissue. I've been trying to tell people that. Nobody listening to me. They taking him as a joke. They say, oh, he's stupid. They say he ain't stupid. Not if he survived Atlantic City back in the 1980s against the mafia. He not stupid. I've been trying to tell people that. Been trying to tell them. They said, y'all the ones sitting up there taking him as a joke. I wasn't. I knew something was getting ready to go down. But it's not just him, though. You got to look at the people above his head. Now, I know you're saying, well, who's above the president head? Well, I told you he don't have the highest clearance. He doesn't. There's other people that got higher clearance. You said we're going to bum rush and take over the MF thing. That's right. That's what he's doing. He's on some Nino Brown type stuff. He talking like it too. He said they're going to have to, he said they're going to have to pretty much get down, or they're going to have to get down or lay down. And that's just what type of time he's on. Ain't no more or less. It ain't no way to slice it or dice it. That's it. They either gonna get down or lay down. That's it. Cause he tired of the talking. I told y'all to watch them drugs. Now it got something else to do with the drugs. They got that oil, and guys, they got gold over there. They got diamonds. They got all types of stuff over there, man. Gold, diamonds, oil. I call it black gold. So you said the people and the gangs won't evolve to protect their life and money and play the game. What do you mean? You talking about over there? No, I think they're not going to go down without a fight. And the cartels and stuff like that. Of course not. You said modern day colonialism. Yeah, they ain't gonna go down without a fight. This skirmish is probably going on right now. But I'm like this, guys. At the end of the day, what you gonna do about it? We ain't gonna do nothing. We just gotta sit and watch it. Can y'all still hear me? Because I already knew. I said they celebrating in the streets and stuff. I said, all right, they down with it then. What am I gonna say? I'm not gonna say nothing. If they okay with it, I'm okay with it. But I know they're thinking like, what is it? What's how our lives gonna change here? You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have to wait and see. We're gonna have thank you. We're gonna have to wait and see. What's up, Corvette girl? We're gonna have to wait and see how their lives are gonna change. Hopefully it changes. Hopefully the production of that oil, whenever that decide to have, it's gonna be a whole different production, even to get that up and running. But hopefully they thrive. You know what I'm saying? The people benefit off of it. Because I know the US is thinking to benefit off of it. Because when Exxon was over there, they were taking 80% of the profits. The country was getting 20%. Now I know that don't seem fair, but I guess they figure we got our machinery over there. We built the infrastructure, so we taking 80%. I could see if it was like 60-40. You know what I'm saying? Damn, 80%. But hey, man, Chavez was like, nah, we not on that type of time anymore. Hugo Chavez. We don't want you sitting here so you can take your company and go somewhere. They talking about Exxon. Just get out of here. Exxon, like, what about our money though? What about it? Just go, just go. I'm all about everybody being autonomous. You know what I'm saying? I'm like I said, I just want to stay out of everybody's business. You know what I'm saying? But I know how I would be if I was president. I'd probably be doing the same thing, yo. I ain't lying to you. You gonna get down or lay down, yo. That's just what it is, yo. I probably that's why I'm not in office. Shit, y'all talking about Trump, y'all really be talking about me. As long as I got the backing of the military, I'm like, we just gonna go over there and we just gonna, that's it. That's why I'm not president. And like I said, Kim over there testing his damn missiles, I would have to talk to him. I'm like, look, man, you know, I don't mind you testing your missiles, but don't threaten me. You know what I'm saying? I'll be on that type of time. You could test your missiles and everything else, but that's it. I'll keep a watch on them. If not, I just like I don't know. That's a little bit different. His situation over there. Um, yeah, that's a whole different topic. But we on Venezuela right now. Yeah, like I said, if they got trafficking going over there, and if I feel like I can help them, I'll see what I can do. But it'll be drastic measures like this. I don't think I would want to totally deplete the country though, and they don't get nothing for it. I will help. You got to help the citizens out. They gotta benefit from this. You know what I'm saying? In some type of way. Like, all right, we're gonna bring our manufacturing over there, but y'all gonna get a piece of the pie. People gonna come up over here. Y'all, they should be a rich nation with all them resources they got. They should be their citizens should be thriving over there. You know, I don't agree with somebody over there just doing it for their. I don't know. I don't want to talk too much because then I'm gonna sound really bad. They don't tell us everything. Just to let y'all know. But I work with somebody that's from Venezuela. She came over here not because she wanted to come over here. She had to for safety reasons. She had to move her family up out of there. And she didn't want to leave. But she said, Max, I had to leave. Me and my husband had to leave. We had to take the kids. They left their home and everything. She said it was just too bad. So I said, well, what can be done? She said, maybe you guys could do something finally. I said, well, what do we have to do? She said, drastic measures. You got to do something. I don't know what you got to do. Maybe take him out of office. That's what she said. And then I said, well, if you take him out of office, then what? I mean, you still got that criminal element over there. It's never going to stop. So we will have to be over there for an extended period of time. You know what I'm saying? I never forget that whole shock and awe thing. I never forget it. Breaking news. We have shock and awe going on. That took 8 years, man. Over 8 years. 8 years later. You said, I'm sure most Americans will be celebrating. I'm not, what, ain't nothing to celebrate what? What's to celebrate? Like, I didn't tell them to go over there and do that. It ain't no time for celebration. It's not benefiting me for them to go take him out of office. But I could see it benefiting his people though, because maybe they feel like he need to get out of office. I don't know. I don't live over there, but they seem happy about it. They're happy, but they have a little reluctance as well. They think things are gonna get better. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I hope it gets better for them though. You know what I'm saying? I hope that life changes over there. But again, they still got that criminal element over there that only way I see it really changing is really drastic measures, but you're not gonna hear it. I mean, you can go look at the videos at night. You hear the gunfire going on, but It's really it's history being played out right in front of us. I mean, some of us remember when that whole shock and awe happened. I think it was who was that? Was it General Schwarzkopf? I believe he was the one talking about. Was it Schwarzkopf? Antoine, you were in the military at the time. Was it General Schwarzkopf? Shock and awe. He was like, I believe so. Operation Iraqi Freedom. That sound good, but we already know what time it is. It was a whole mess. A whole mess, yo. We lived it. We all lived it. We had some people that was fighting in that situation. I know people personally was in it. It's not pretty. It's not pretty, man. It's not. It's crazy, man. We can't get along as humans on this planet. We just can't. It's always going to be conflict, man. Always. We can't just everybody live in harmony. Live together, share resources. Okay, you got some oil over there to give. Help us out. We help you out. It ain't gonna be like that. You might want to call it colonialism, whatever you want to call it. It ain't going nowhere. But I just know that this has been planned out years in the making. This just didn't happen overnight. Oh, it was during the first go. Who was the one in shock and awe? Was that Tommy Franks? Antoine, you there? Was it Tommy Franks? Who was that? Like that was leading that shock and awe. We got some military people in there. Who was the leader of that? Yeah, he was in that Gulf War. Yeah, that's right. I can't remember the general at this point. It's happened so long ago. I have to Google it. I remember it was all over the TV, all over the news, shock and awe. I'm like, damn, the way they had it, I thought it was gonna be over. Damn, shock and awe. Like my mind was like, damn, it's shock and awe. Shit, 8 years later, we still fighting them. Damn. Yeah, the tackle Iran. Iran talking too. You said heading out with the family. All right, catch up with you later, man. I'm about to head out myself, but I just wanted to talk real quick because it's like crazy activity going on all over the place. He don't sat up there and met with justice. He don't look happy sitting up there in court. He was like, saying Happy New Year and giving a peace sign when he got locked up. All he had to do, I could have told him, all you got to do is spend 24 hours in MDC and it's going to change your vibration. His whole vibration changed, baby. He's sitting up in court looking like he ain't had no sleep. Crazy. I could have told him about MDC. He's sitting up there where Puff is, what was MDC Brooklyn. Craziness. Sitting up there in MDC and they talking about having his trial in March. So yours truly will be in court. I will be in there watching this trial live. I will be there, guys. Just let you know. I will be there. I'm gonna have my press credentials too, but I will be there. I thought I was gonna be covering Luigi trial, but they seem to think that he gonna have the trial in March. So I guess I'm gonna be covering that. I'm gonna be there, boots on the ground, live from the federal courthouse of the Southern District of New York, guys. Yours truly out here. We just had opening statements, and that's it. They got him billed out to be a ruthless dictator. Yep, I will be there, man. Live in effect. Southern District of New York courtroom. Whenever that take place, they say in March, but I don't know if it's going to happen that fast. But we'll see. I mean, damn, he just got arrested. Damn, March having a trial. Shit, if he's lucky, he'll come out like Puff did, acquitted on some of the charges. Man, we are alive in this moment in time, going through history. They'll be talking about this years from now, like how we were talking about Noriega, that whole situation. Craziness. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here. And if something else happened, I'll be back. But I'm gonna cover that other kid that's locked up in Brazil right now because he's out of sight, out of mind. Ain't nobody heard from him. That man don't disappeared. Craziness. I don't know why people think they can go to another country and act up. What happened to just going to a country and just looking at the architecture, doing a historical visit, seeing some of the historical sites? What's wrong with doing that? Why going over there and getting to some bullshit that you can't get yourself out of? You know what I'm saying, too, Dur? Why can't we just do that? See what I'm saying, ex-con? Why can't we just go to Brazil and just chill, go look at the statue? You know, maybe go to Sao Paulo, you get some food, relax, you know, um, just hang out. But that dude, he out of sight, guys. Ain't nobody heard from this dude. I'm about to go live on that. I tried to get some information on when his court date is. They said it's just an active investigation. That's it. They ain't telling you about his status or nothing. Not is he okay? They ain't saying nothing. It's craziness. But he gonna learn now. He in the wrong jail. We sitting up in Brazil. It's crazy. I'm talking about it's this American. You said you see the new Trump video. Trump reveals secret op. Damn, he reveals secret op. Yeah, he on some like whatever at this point. You know what he's acting like? It's whatever. That's what type of time he on. It's whatever at this point. It's going down. We're gonna sit up there and just take it. You know what I'm saying? At this point, what's up, Medea? They just taking stuff, man. Like, let's just take it and talk later. Let's talk later. Medea, I saw your report on old boy. He got locked up. He looked like a bad guy. I hope what's her name ain't still dealing with him. I might go live on that later. I don't know yet. Cause I don't know. Did that guy got citizenship Medea? Because they gonna mess around and try to deport his ass. You know how they be getting. Hold on. No bond. Can you still hear me? I had to go out here real quick. You say he ain't got no bond? Damn, he ain't got no bond. No bond yet. Yeah, I saw the clips. It ain't looking good for him. But this was, from what you were saying, this was already in the works for a minute. And now it's playing out now. He better learn from the Nature Boy situation. People watch him, they ain't playing. He ain't learned from that Nature Boy situation. People don't mess around, man. People be watching you doing their due diligence. Then mess around, and next thing you know, because what's his name? He's in a situation where he can't get out of. They buried him alive, bro. He need to learn, and he's sitting up there playing around with velvet. Shit, people they do their due diligence. Next thing you know, they've been on deported him. Be right back. Yeah, man. Yeah, he need to learn from that whole situation, but I'll be back on that. It's crazy. Anyway, guys, I'll be back a little later. Y'all have a good one, and I will catch you on the next.